I had a long time no see. I gotta catch up with you after. Gotta catch up with you after. You didn't actually want to sit with me, so it's not behind me.
That's okay. So while we're here, sorry, gonna be here, right?
All right. Call to order this City Council meeting of May 20th, 2015. And I want to start by asking God our Father to give us wisdom, courage, and a servant's heart. In Jesus' name, amen. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would you please call roll?
I will. Councilmember Rothrock.
Here.
Councilmember Quinn.
Here.
Councilmember Crane.
Here.
Councilmember Cowdery is absent. Councilmember Vaughn.
Here.
Councilmember Gibbs.
Here.
Councilmember Miller. Excuse me.
Here. I don't think they're not all working.
Correct. The unit is out of service right now.
Yeah.
Apologize.
Everybody just speak really loud.
So talk real loud into the microphone.
Yes.
I'm hitting the button and Jason's like,
That's why I work in IT.
meaning they're all good.
Councilmember Shepherd is absent.
Okay. Tonight, we have a public hearing on the proposed changes to the Ward 1 and Ward 2 boundaries, which were recommended by the Redistricting Committee. This is our second public hearing on the issue. The ordinance adopting the proposed redistricting will be considered by the council at our June meeting. I would like to open the public hearing. If you have a comment on this issue, please come to the podium, state your name and address for the record. Being no public comments, I close this public hearing. Tonight we have three special presentations. Our first presentation is from our tree board. Karen and Jackie, would you come up? Anybody else here from the tree board?
We have a new father in our group, so everyone is helping with that.
Okay. Which one?
Takes
Brian or
David.
David?
David had a daughter on the 15th.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Great.
Well, on behalf of the tree board, I would like to, I have a presentation here, a certificate that we are redesignated as a tree city. And first of all, I'd like to explain to people who may not know what that means. It's a great honor for our city to be designated as a tree city, but it's not an automatic thing. This is something that we worked for, and in particular, I want to thank the city council for their support, because we wouldn't be a tree city without their support. We have to have, I have little notes here, we have to have a tree ordinance, which we do, and a program with a budget, which is approved by the council, and an Arbor Day observance, and we had that with our second graders in Rushton last month, and the mayor gave us proclamation. So all of the things that we've done as a tree board all year long, which we have had other programs and things, but once again, I want to thank the city council for their support and encouragement, because we wouldn't be doing this without their support and their desire, really, to make our city a beautiful tree city. And so I want to thank you all for your support.
Thank you.
And we have a flag which we were going to be putting up. I guess it will be hanging out here
In Anderson Park.
in Anderson Park.
Right.
And this is our 13th year.
Mr. Belger, we will release to you the 13th year. This is the 13th year that Mission has been a tree city.
We will install them swiftly.
Thank you.
If you all could indulge me for a moment, could you get up out of your seats and help hold the flag and go?
Oh.
That would be great. And then you can help with, yeah, that'd be
You
great.
want us to come down
Come
there?
down and uphold the
flag and pose.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know about posing, but I will help hold the
And they're gonna be, you guys can stay above if you want and lean in. Two rows.
Oh, just get cozy.
Okay, here, scoot on in.
Let's put them in the, back.
No, I want to
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. We should have had you with the flagpole. Like we had Ben as the tree when we did the 5th grade posters. I'll put all that over there for you.
That's why I wanted to squeeze to get behind that. Not too much.
Okay. Well, our second special presentation is in honor of National Public Works Week. This is an opportunity for all of us to recognize the important work of our public works staff. They do a lot of work here in Mission, and a lot of it's they just go about it every day and just do it. And I have a proclamation I'm going to read here, but before I read that, does anyone want to make any comments about our public works?
I think you guys do a fabulous job, as I've said multiple times, living on Lamar. I can never judge what the streets are like in the city because my street is always so clean. So I always think it's great just to get out in the snow and then all I have to do is just go to Shawnee Mission Parkway and realize, okay. So I really appreciate everything that you guys do. I appreciate all the hard work you've done on Johnson Drive and taking care of the Lamar intersection as well. So I just really appreciate all the hard work you guys do and all the effort and long hours that you put in during the different times of the year. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
I would second everything she said, but I'd also like to mention that I'm still waiting for my ride in the street smoke.
Hey, I gotta go. Both guys can work one more. I've got a line starting.
Yeah, he's gonna start a side
He
business.
took me on my ride last week.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would like to also add that not only do you do phenomenal work in your leadership with your crews, but your ability to communicate with the council and with citizens at large is so important, and the communication vehicle has been phenomenal with you in charge, and we really appreciate that and acknowledge it. Thanks.
And I would just like to say thanks for your smiles, because I know there's days when you'd like to throw things at all of us, but you guys are always so smiling and But it's so nice when we see your crews out, they're always so nice and happy and want to know how our days are, and what can we do to help you, and you don't know how much that means. Thank you.
Well, and I'd like to take a minute, and I know that the guys aren't here, and guys and gals, but they make me look good. Those guys, whatever you need, whenever you need them. Had a situation over the weekend where we had a washout on the street, 1:30 in the morning on Saturday night, and you pick up the phone and call them, and they answer, they respond, they get here, they do it, like you say. They put in the hours, they do the hard work, they plow the snow at all hours of the night, they patch the streets, they do a great job. And kudos to them, because they're the ones that really make the department function, because without them, I'd be looking pretty silly. So, but I appreciate all the kind words. Thank you guys very much, and it means a lot. Thank you.
Thanks, John.
I'm going to read this, but we all know what's in our hearts. This is a proclamation for National Public Works Week. Whereas the many services provided by our Public Works Department play an intricate role in the daily lives of every Mission resident and visitor. And whereas the support of an understanding and informed community is vital to the efficient operation of the public works system and programs in our city, particularly our streets, highways, parks, and public buildings. And whereas the health, safety, and comfort of this community greatly depends on the maintenance and improvements made by this infrastructure and the ongoing support programs provided by our Public Works Department. And whereas the quality and effectiveness of these facilities, as well as their planning, design, and construction, is highly dependent upon the efforts and skills of our Public Works officials. And whereas our qualified and dedicated personnel who staff our Public Works Department greatly benefit from our citizens' positive attitude, understanding of the importance of the work they perform. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Steve Schoengert, Mayor of the City of Mission, Kansas, on behalf of its citizens, do hereby proclaim the week of May 17th to the 23rd, 2015 as National Public Works Week in the City of Mission. Thank you. Huh? Oh, yeah.
That's right. Appreciate it. Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks.
Now, our third special presentation is our recent First Suburbs Coalition meeting. The City of Mission was presented with the Community for All Ages Bronze Award. Emily Randall will give us some additional information on this, if she would.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Here's our. So as the Mayor said, last Friday, Mark and the First Suburbs Coalition handed out the first ever Communities for All Ages recognition to Mission, the cities of Mission, Raytown, Gladstone, and Grandview. We are the first four. The recognition program is based on different levels of effort communities put into making sure that their services match the needs of their community and all of the members of their community, especially in the face of changing demographics and changing needs over time. This recognition for us represents many, many hours of work from a volunteer task force that was working together in 2014 and into this year to take a look at what Mission can do a little bit better for our residents, and we thank those people. The next phase of the work, the Sustainability Commission will be taking on. They will be using a Communities for All Ages checklist as their guide to working through several different issue areas and kind of assessing how Mission's doing and making some recommendations for changes and improvements. So that work is underway. So that, if once we complete it and submit a report, that would represent a silver level of recognition. So the work is ongoing, but this is the first milestone, and thank you for your support of the program, and we'll keep it up. So, thank you.
Very good.
Thank you. We do not have any notes or bonds on our agenda this evening, so we'll go to our consent agenda, which has seven items tonight. I would entertain a motion to approve.
Mayor, I move the City Council adopt the consent agenda as printed, items 3A through 3G.
Second.
Please call roll.
Councilmember Miller,
Aye.
Councilmember Gibbs,
Aye.
Councilmember Vaughn,
Aye.
Councilmember Cowdery is absent, Councilmember Kring,
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn,
Aye.
Councilmember Rothrock.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. If you have any questions regarding our community committees, you may bring that up on the new business or ask staff afterwards. Next is our public comments. This is opportunity for members of the public to comment on items that are not on the agenda. Oh, okay. If you'd state your name and address.
Bill Nichols, 6019 West 64th Street. We need that.
I'm sorry. How slovenly of me.
I know the budget's coming up, I know you all have worked hard on it. Most of you, with all of you, with 3 exceptions, probably would not have been here without the transportation utility fee, driveway tax, for whatever reason. I want to encourage you to try to reduce that, particularly without raising the mill levy on our homes and our businesses. I'm sure that y'all can probably figure out how to do it by reducing spending. That's really all I have to say. Just encourage you guys to work a little bit harder to get a percentage of chopped off without raising taxes. Because we're going to get enough of that from the governor. Thanks, Steve.
Hi, my name is Cynthia Schoenfeld. I live in Countryside on 61st Terrace. This is my first city council meeting. I've been encouraged by several of my neighbors and friends to come and let you know kind of a concern that I've had, and I've found some other people that voice the same opinion.
And sorry about the no. You have to speak a little louder. Sorry, we do too.
I will talk loud. It's regarding what I would call temporary signage that's used on Johnson Drive, and it tends to be isolated more towards the eastern portion of Johnson Drive. I'm a longtime Mission resident. I grew up in Mission. I now live in Countryside. I came back to the neighborhood, and I commend all of you on what you've done to the city of Mission to help raise the bar significantly. The changes are looking really nice, and I'm all behind it. I keep having an optimistic attitude through the construction. I'm just like, let's just wait and see. But that one nagging little detail of the excessive signage on Johnson Drive, and I'm talking about the little signs that people put out that flap in the breeze, and they're not permanent signs. I kind of said to my husband, should I say it's kind of rivaling Juarez, Mexico at times. It's not consistent with what Mission has done. We have to put in new curbs, we have new businesses going in, and we're becoming a destination, in my opinion, of shopping, much like downtown OP or Brookside, those types of communities that there's a draw factor. People want to go there to shop and to dine. And just the simple detail of certain businesses feeling like they need to bring out this, it's just not tasteful, in my opinion. It's downgrading all of the changes that we've done. So I've been sitting on this for a couple of years, and I've finally been encouraged by several people to come and let you know what I think. And I think I can't be alone in this concern. So this is where things get done. So I just thought I'd bring it to your attention.
Okay, well, thank you.
you.
I know we're going to revisit the sign ordinance. Laura, do you have any?
I do, Mayor, and I'm sorry, we didn't catch your last name.
Schoenfeld, S-C-H-O-E-N. I can spell it for you later. It's perfect.
Thank you. Actually, I asked John to go copy it. At the council's last committee meeting, they discussed a sign inventory that's going to kick off actually this month. And I've asked John to make a copy. We'll leave you with the information that the council received about our process and how that's all going to come forward. So we're going to do an inventory to sort of see what's out there, and then by this fall, the council will be coming back to the council with some recommendations, and then look at options for that. But we'll share that with you so you have that information.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much for speaking out. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Right, if there's nothing else, we'll move on. And, do not have any action items from the Planning Commission tonight, so we'll go to the committee reports. Councilmember Miller, will you provide a report from the Finance and Administration Commission?
Mayor, I have no report as all our items are covered in the consent agenda.
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Quinn, will you provide a report from the Community Development Committee?
Yes, Mayor, thank you. Let me get this microphone over here. The Mission Crossing Park design. The initial design for the Mission Crossing Park was discussed at the February 4th Community Development Committee meeting, and at that time, specific changes were requested by the committee. Staff met with the architectural firm regarding the recommended changes, and this revised plan includes elimination of the limestone boulders, elimination of the colored concrete, addition of the shade structure, addition of 3 trash receptacles, 4 park benches, 4 picnic tables, 1 recycling table, 2 cigarette receptacles, and 2 pet waste systems. Increase the size or the caliper of the trees that are going in. Bid alternate, the CIP reinforced seating, the bid alternate of the CIP reinforced seating wall surrounding the center plaza area. So the estimated cost of the park as currently presented is $127,565.63, which does not include the reinforced seating wall. Because the Mission Crossing developer contributed $100,000 to assist with the design and construction of this park, the city's net cost would be $27,565,63, which would be funded from this year's CIP park improvement funds. Lighting for the park will be considered once the park has been constructed to ensure that the lighting is properly integrated with the other surrounding properties. Mayor, I move that the City Council approve the proposed design for the park located in the Mission Crossing development at the southwest corner of Martway and Broadmoor Streets.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Yes.
I brought this up at the meeting the other night, and I am very opposed to putting 2 cigarette receptacles in that park. We don't have any in any other parks, and I think Mission is saying we're no smoking, and I think this encourages people to smoke. And I would like to amend that motion to take out the 2 cigarette receptacles.
Second.
Yes, you need to vote on the amendment.
Yes.
I just wanted to say how happy I was to see the Mission Crossing developer contribute to this improvement. I'm really excited to see developers in our city being encouraged to participate and contribute to the further improvement and beautification of our city. So I really just wanted to make a comment that I appreciate them putting forth some funding for the project.
Any more discussion? Please call the roll on.
We're voting on whether to remove, now understand you're just voting on what would go out to bid, so you could take anything on that bid list out at a future time. So what you're voting.
That's true.
So we know what the cost of those are. So right now you're voting on whether or not to remove the cigarette receptacles from the list when we put it out on the street for bid.
Please call the roll.
Councilmember Gibbs.
Aye.
Councilmember Rothrock.
Aye.
Councilmember Crane.
Aye.
Councilmember Miller.
Aye.
Councilmember Vaughn.
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Nay.
Motion carries.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Any discussion on the first motion? Please call the roll.
Wait, can we get clarification as to how we move forward on the first motion, on the other motion? That's inclusive of the
Includes the
receptacles.
amendment, so the
Just everything except the cigarette receptacles.
so you approved the proposed design minus the cigarette
Okay,
receptacles.
so this is everything else?
Correct.
So we
Thank
don't
you.
have to vote yet. So we don't have to vote again, am I correct?
Yes.
We
You
didn't.
have to
Yes,
vote.
we just voted on the
You
amendment.
voted on the amendment, and you approved the amendment, so now you're voting on it versus the underlying motion.
Call the roll, please.
Councilmember Miller.
Aye.
Councilmember Vaughn.
Aye.
Councilmember Rothrock.
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Councilmember Crane.
Aye.
Councilmember Gibbs.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Tonight, under new business, we have the election of our city committee chair and vice chairs. First is our election of the Finance and Administration Committee chairperson and vice chairperson, followed by the same for our Community Development Committee. Nominations should be in the form of a motion. Are there any nominations?
Mayor, I move the city council elect R.C. Rothrock as chairperson of the Finance Administration Committee.
Second.
Any more nominations? Okay. There's been a nomination and a second. Please call roll.
Councilmember Gibbs.
Aye.
Councilmember Crane.
Aye.
Councilmember Rothrock.
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Councilmember Miller.
Aye.
Councilmember Vaughn.
Aye.
The motion carries.
Congratulations, Archie. Next is our chairperson of the Finance Administration.
Vice chair.
Vice chair.
Vice chair. Excuse me. Is there a motion?
Well, is it appropriate to nominate someone who's not here?
I guess, I don't know, why not? Yes.
Mayor, I move the city council elect Dave Shepard as vice chairperson of the Finance Administration Committee.
Second.
Any more nominations? There's been a nomination and a second. Please call roll.
Councilmember Rothrock.
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Councilmember Gibbs.
Aye.
Councilmember Crane.
Aye.
Councilmember Vaughn.
Aye.
Councilmember Miller.
Aye.
Yeah. Got him when he wasn't here. Welcome back. Now the committee chairperson for the Community Development Committee. Do I hear any nominations?
You people noticing that?
Mayor, I move the city council elect Susie Gibbs as chairperson of the Community Development Committee.
Second. Mayor, I move the city council elect Pat Quinn as chairperson of the city Community Development Committee.
Which is great, and I'll take off my name, please.
I'll let you be vice.
I'll be vice.
You're vice.
Is there a second?
Second, I can't second my own.
Second.
So let's withdraw the motion. We formally, Debbie, you're going to.
I'll withdraw that.
Withdraw your motion, okay. So we have a motion for Pat Quinn. And who seconded that? I'm sorry, first. Oh.
Please call roll.
Councilmember Vaughn.
Aye.
Councilmember Miller.
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Councilmember Rothrock.
Aye.
Councilmember Crane.
Aye.
Councilmember Gibbs.
Aye.
Okay. Congratulations. Yes.
Could I get a recount?
Any nominations for vice chair of the Community Development Committee?
We did that.
Well, I think we have to.
Mayor, I
I think
move
we
that the
need to
city
get
council
formally
elect Susie Gibbs as vice chairperson of the CDC.
Second.
There's been a nomination and a second. Please call roll.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Councilmember Vaughn.
Aye.
Councilmember Miller.
Aye.
Councilmember Crane.
Aye.
Councilmember Rothrock.
Aye.
Councilmember Gibbs.
Aye.
Congratulations, everybody.
Yes, yes. Debbie, did you have something?
I did. I've got something to mention that happened today in my neighborhood, which was Riggs and Walmer, right off Johnson Drive. And I'd like Chief Hadley to expand on it, please, but when he's finished discussing it, I want to make a comment about the responsiveness of the police force in the city.
So this morning about 8:45, with some of the storms, power lines went down close to Debbie's backyard. I know I'm putting the email to you guys, and she probably had a pretty good view from the back porch. Went along the fence, and it was arcing. The power was live, and as Debbie can attest to, the fence along the property lines looked like a toaster, and is still extremely hot today. Set a garden on fire, and the power lines ended up reaching out and caught a roof on fire, and there was a couple that was inside the house.
It's
They-
the Rydell's, and
Rydell's.
it's already been put in the papers.
Yeah.
I mean,
Over on the Walmer side, so lots of fire trucks, lots of police cars. At one point, a cat was missing. We'll see if the cat was found. But good response by the fire department, the police department. People got evacuated. Nobody got hurt. We're thankful that it happened during the day while people were awake and not at night. It could have turned out differently. But to my knowledge, I believe, hopefully everybody's power's back on. I think a few phone lines are still out. So, but it was a good response by everybody.
Well, thank you for your response, and thank you all for your emails. So that's always nice to get
Absolutely.
the updates.
it was great. Just to lend a little bit of credence to this, the police responded. Danny Smith was in charge of his crew and kept people informed along the way. And that kind of lends itself to what I mentioned about John and the Public Works. It is one thing to give tickets and protect people and, you know, sit out there with guns in your holster and look professional. It's something else to go in the backyard of every single person, tell people what's going on, communicate respectfully and professionally, and continue that day after day, no matter how sticky the situation gets. I spent some time with Rydell's this afternoon. They're shaken up, but the church, and I have to say, I know there's a separation of church and state, but I have to say, you know, they're longtime members of St. Pius. St. Pius has found them somewhere to stay. They found somewhere to stay with her husband while she goes to doctor appointments. It's just a testament of what a community we have between the responsiveness of the police, citizen interaction, the church on behalf of them, and everybody we interface with, how fortunate we are to have people of that caliber between police force and fire on board within minutes of when they called. I will tell you, KCP&L didn't come for 45 minutes on an emergency with a house on fire. So that was kind of concerning. The police, the fire chief and the fire department cannot put out an electrical fire. There's all kinds of problems with that, but it did get under control, and I will tell you, we had our power still on, but the cable, television, and telephones were still out, and when I left for city council at 6:45, AT&T was there. They still couldn't touch it. It was still hot. So the fire department, when I left the Rydell's this afternoon about 4 o'clock, the fire department was still there since 8:30 this morning because they wanted to check the house for hot spots. They've gone through everything. All their copper piping was melted down. They've got water, you know, damage, all kinds of issues. And, you know, their sons both live out of town. So it's great to have the support of the police, the fire, and the citizens of this community come forward.
Right, thanks, Debbie.
Thank you.
Let me just question, was it just the storm knocked down power lines, or was it a lightning strike because of it?
It was just a down power line.
It was from we heard it was from a limb. A limb hit a cable line, which hit a power line, and then they all started coming down. It looked like the 4th of July. Everybody's chain link fence was sparkling all over. So we were very fortunate there wasn't, you know, nobody got hurt.
Anybody else have anything? Under the mayor's report tonight, we have an appointment. So I put before you tonight the appointment of David Greenlee, Ward 3, to the Sustainability Commission with a term expiring December 31st, 2015.
Mayor, I move the city council uphold the appointment of David Greenlee, Ward 3, to the Sustainability Commission with the term expiring December 31st, 2015. And I don't know if he's in the audience.
Second.
Please call roll.
Councilmember Rothrock,
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn,
Aye.
Councilmember Crane,
Aye.
Councilmember Vaughn,
Aye.
Councilmember Gibbs,
Aye.
Councilmember Miller.
Aye.
The motion carries.
Thank you. Next is our city administrator's report. Laura, do you have anything tonight?
I do, Mayor. I have just a couple of items. And first, I'd like to invite Emily up to give us all a quick update on the Mission Farmers Market, which is scheduled to kick off on Saturday, June 6th, right around the corner.
Come in, right up. Yes, I just wanted to give you an update. Things are flying towards June 6th. We're getting closer every day, and we had our first vendor meeting. It was a pretty packed house. We were really excited to see the support of the vendors. I think we had 14 there. I've been working through details and kind of getting everybody squared away, and I think we'll be right around that number to start out with. And we'll be starting, as she said, June 6th. The market will run each Saturday through the end of September from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. On Johnson Drive, right near Capitol Federal and across from Twisted Sisters. We are putting out a call to volunteers. We always have wanted to have the market have a really friendly and welcoming feel, and so we'll have 2 market ambassadors on hand each market day, and we'll offer those in 3 2-hour shifts or so. So if you have any neighbors, friends, family, or any of you would like to volunteer for a shift, we're just keeping a calendar and writing in your name. So we know that the community is really interested in supporting this effort, and there are a lot of people who are looking for ways to get involved, and we hope that the market ambassador is a nice way for them to do that. So please just direct anyone and everyone to me. We'll get them signed up and ready to go. We'll have just lots of fun, so I hope to see you all on June 6th, and I think we're finishing up with things like merchandising and advertising and really getting everybody ready to kick it off with a great start. Yes.
So will we publish a calendar? Because isn't the second Saturday event, isn't that an art walk as well? And
Exactly, yeah. So the second Saturday of June and the second Saturday of July coincides with the Mission Art Walk. That will also be on Johnson Drive. The artists will have booths all along the sidewalks between Lamar and Knoll. And so the farmers market is amping up their music programming those 2 times, and so kind of a bigger name kind of music act. And we certainly will be putting that out on the social media and the website, etc.
do we anticipate shutting down Johnson Drive, closing it at all to allow, or we think?
We do not. What we anticipate at this time is that we will put barricades out to block that small section of reeds as the trail goes through. So south of Johnson Drive, just past the creek, we'll close that off so we have a nicer crossing between the parking lot on Outlook, that the city-owned lot behind Distant Tips, as it connects to the trail and get people in and out in that section. But no closures on Johnson Drive or anywhere else.
And then what is our media outreach group? Is that part of the advertising we're still thinking about?
Oh no, we're closing in on that. We'll have 3 ads run at different times throughout the season in the 913 section of the Kansas City Star. We've reserved the marquee space for the Prairie Village Post for the month of June, and I know we're grateful to them. They'll be covering the event. We have a few of the regular mainstream media channels interested in covering the story, and actually have covered it to date already, even just as we were announcing our plans. So we'll stick really close to them. Our market Facebook page is approaching 400 likes, and we haven't even started yet. So that is fantastic. Please go and like and share the post on that page. We'll start to feature our vendors now that we actually have them signed up. So you'll see their faces, you'll see their products, you'll get to know them and get to know what you have to look forward to at the market. So all of it's ramping up, but it's all planned out, and we'll hit it pretty hard.
So, sorry.
Go ahead. Finish it.
So are we?
I can be here all night.
Yeah. Are we thinking about doing like little video vignettes of our vendors, maybe?
Yeah. So far we haven't done any of that exactly, but I think, we hope to even, have pictures from their farms and, to really, I think they will be become really familiar to us, and I think the videos would. Certainly videos from the market day with music in the background and all that, I think really lends itself to it.
A question. Do the hours of the art walk and the farmer's market overlap, or are they the same, or how's that?
They overlap, so the market will be 7 in the morning till 1 p.m. and the art walk is 11 to 5.
Okay.
So the afternoon hours into the evening is art walk, but there will be that lunchtime overlap.
And I know for a fact that Debbie Crane made contact with 3 potential fresh egg producers at
Roland Park.
meeting.
Yeah, they had 4 people apply for permits for egg raising, and they're holding chickens. I thought, no. But anyway, they asked about the farmers.
Yeah,
market,
please.
So I told them to call you.
Okay, good, thank you. Yep. And we will add vendors and attractions and features throughout the season. So don't just think after June 6th, this is going to be growing and evolving as we go. So we just want to hear from everybody, and there's lots of interest, and it's pretty exciting.
Really pumped about that. For those of you who don't know, the big driving force behind the farmer's market is actually the mayor's wife, Mary Schilling.
I'll have to disagree. Really, the driving force is Laura and Emily have done a
Well, they have picked up the ball, right? But your wife really was behind it.
She enjoys it, and Sometimes must help a little too much, but.
Never too much.
Would you say that a little louder?
No, I will not. Conveniently not tonight.
All right, thank you. So lots of other kind of exciting things. I did want to just mention, mostly for the benefit of the public, we do have our budget process underway. So we've been working on that at committee meetings and work sessions. And you can always direct the public to our website for the budget calendar for those meetings that they may be interested in. We'll have our public dialogue at this point, which is not the formal public hearing, but our public dialogue on the budget prior to the July, I believe it's July 17th city council meeting is what we have scheduled. But certainly the public is welcome to attend the committee meetings and the work session to hear the discussions on our budget process. We will be talking about the general fund specifically at our June 3rd Finance and Administration Committee meeting. We have flags coming to Johnson Drive. We have a thing about poles in Mission apparently because the flags arrived 2 weeks ago with no poles. The poles are to be delivered tomorrow, so the flags will be up before the end of the week. John's crews have the brackets installed and ready to go. I put at your places, and I think you received an email from Emily earlier this week about our flag donation program. So if you're interested, or we've opened that up to the public, if you're interested in making a donation in memory of or in honor of someone, that information is there. It's available on our Facebook page and the website. The donation per flag is $50. We've already had close to $700 donated towards that flag project so far. But we will be sending. You can designate, and we will send a note advising that person or that person's family if you'd like to do that. So,
I have a question. So, is it just for veterans? I understand the purpose of Memorial Day, but this specifically says for veterans or those currently serving.
No, I think we'd certainly be happy to honor, recognize.
And how many flags?
We have right now about 58, 55, I think that will go up. So.
And how many, can we expand that, or is that going to be the total?
No, I think for right now, so right now, the poles, the decorative light poles between Lamar and Knoll had brackets, built-in brackets. So there are 41 flags that will be installed in that section. I think it's 13, is that right?
Yes.
13, I've been kicking these numbers around. So we have 13 then on the decorative poles between Knoll and Roland Drive. So we will definitely have Lamar to Roland Drive covered in this first go-around. We're looking at, there's certainly other opportunities on decorative poles, whether that be at Mission Crossing and some other locations around town. So certainly we can build and expand upon in the future, but I think by the end of the week you'll be able to stand and look up and down Johnson Drive and see the flags flying. So I think it'll be a great addition.
Yeah, and how long will the flags remain up?
I think our plan right now is to keep them up. So we have Memorial Day next Monday. Well, there's Flag Day, the 14th of June, and then 4th of July. So our thought right now is to leave them up through the 4th of July holiday, and then we would look at putting them back up again around Veterans Day holiday. So that's been exciting and fun to work on. The pool opens on Saturday, rain or shine. So if you're interested, bring your insulated wetsuit because the water is cold. But we will have, I'm sure, lots of blue-lipped children anxious to take their first dip in the swimming pool. That's always a great treat. And we have, this is our first opening after the pool construction. We had a few glitches, as you always do. We had a leak under the spray ground, and so they've got that repaired. The leak was repaired today. They will be back out tomorrow to re-pour. They had to jackhammer up and remove a portion of the spray pad, but that should all be ready to go by Saturday's opening. So the pool opens at noon. We were taste testing the new concession items here at City Hall yesterday, so I think they're good. Yes.
Was that repair done under warranty?
Under warranty. So all the repairs and work that has been done on the pool this season was covered under warranty. So that's been great. And then certainly last but not least, I think most of you know that Councilmember Quinn is involved with the KC Thunder Ride, which is happening this Sunday. His group, and I'll let you tell all the groups, I don't have all the groups committed that you raise money for, but we expect to have several hundred bikers who join us,
depending on weather.
Depending on weather, in Mission on Sunday morning at Hy-Vee. Breakfast is being sponsored by Hy-Vee.
Correct. We'll be taking off from the Hy-Vee parking lot and leaving the parking lot at 9:30, so If anybody wants to come down and see a bunch of bikes roar off into the sunset. Oh, wait, no, that was 9:30 in the morning. Yeah, and what we're doing, we raise money for this thing. We honor the tradition of Memorial Day on this ride by going to different memorials. This year we're going to an All Veterans Memorial at Topeka, and we're going to lay a wreath there, and we have a short program there. And but we also try to raise money for several different veterans causes. The Wounded Warrior Project is a big one that we donated to. The Veterans Administration Volunteer Services over at Kansas City VA, we give money to them because they don't get government money for that particular department. And then we give money to the Honor Flight Program, and this year we're going to give the at least half the money to St. Michael's Veterans Center, which is a new place over in Kansas City, Missouri, that is a apartment dwellings for recently or formerly homeless veterans, and it's a great facility over there and a great project that they've got going to help those guys out, so we're happy to be doing that. So yeah, if you guys can come down and take a look at the bikes and make a donation, it'd be great, but you don't have to do that, you can just come and look. It'll be a lot of fun. Sunday morning.
Well, I appreciate that. That's a very worthy cause to support our veterans.
I've been involved in the last 2 years with Pat's Ride, and it's really quite amazing to see the number of individuals come out and be in support of the cause. So it's really a great thing, so you guys should stop by. Great breakfast and high beans.
And that's all I have, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Well, there's no other business. Anybody? Are you boys Boy Scouts?
Yeah.
What troop are you from?
92.
I'm 92. And how come you're here? What
I
bad?
am working on citizenship in the community,
Right.
and I have to come to a city council meeting to rank up to my scout.
Awesome.
Well, very good to have you. Thank you for coming. And do you need anything signed?
No, but I do have a question about the farmer's market.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't put that in your ear.
Well, anyways, we sell trash bags, and I was curious if maybe we could set up a stand or something and sell trash bags at the farmer's market.
You know, I don't know if we're doing that right yet, but Emily would be the one to talk to. She'll get with you and explain everything. So, well, thank you very much for being here. Are you just the younger brother back there? Okay, that's what I thought. Well, in a couple years, huh?
No, he's in. He just started.
Got it.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
We start